Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm back with another boxing prediction. Well, there is a few fights, three fights I'll talking about this time for the next weekend. But first, just want to mention that Joseph Parker is fighting on Wednesday, actually already. Yes, against the guy called Faiga Opelu. Well, I think this is right, to of him because he's had too many higher profile fights lately, so he needs a smaller fight to get, just to feel it out, feel it himself out, to see whether he's ready for more, bigger fights. So this fight is yeah, this guy he was knocked out by Lucas Brown not so long ago, and Justice Hooney or Eustace Hooney. I don't know, Justice. His name is Honey maybe. So yeah, this yeah Opelu guy. I never heard of him, but I know. I guess this fight will also be. I don't think it will go the distance. It's a 10 round fight. Yeah. I think probably Parker will stop him in like 5 rounds, maybe something like that, six. All right, then first let's go to Mauricio Lara versus Leigh Wood. So this is a rematch, of course, which is coming rather soon after the first fight, 3 months only. Yeah, yeah. You know what happened? You who watched that first fight know that Leigh Wood was really outboxing Lara, but then he got caught with a big left hook, and that was all she wrote. Yeah, Lara definitely has a big, hard left hook, dangerous. So you don't want to hook with the hooker, definitely. That's what Wood did, and he paid for it. Otherwise, he was really doing well, very well, outboxing Lara. This time, well, I guess he will. He has learned his lesson, so anything can happen. But still, I think Lara is just such a great offensive fighter. He's so strong, and hard hitting and everything, and and he can take a good punch. Really, I mean, even though he has been hurt, has been down and all that, but yeah, I don't think Leigh Wood has got the tools to beat him. Really, I mean, yeah. Even if he didn't like get caught then in that seventh round, and probably he would get caught at some other point in the fight and stopped. But yeah, Leigh Wood is technically a good fighter. He's not really a big puncher. Don't take too much into that he knocked out Michael Conlan in the last round. It was you know in the last round, simple as that. Well, he does have some pop, but yeah, he would. If he does manage to win, then it will be on points, of course, no doubt about it. Lara is a really tough guy. He went, toe to toe with Warrington, and came out on top. So you get my point. Even though Warrington doesn't, he's not really a puncher, but still, he throws a lot of punches. Well, anyway, my prediction is that probably Lara because he didn't do well last time. He was one by one punch knockout. He will want to look better this time, so he will be looking to put on a better performance. So I think this time it will probably, well, I don't know how many rounds it will go, but probably something maybe a little longer than last time because Wood will be more cautious, I believe, and will look to box rather than he got a little too offensive last time, so yeah, carried away. He was doing so well, so yeah. But yeah, Lara is always dangerous. You cannot count him out. So I think Lara will probably win by, I don't know, somewhere between 8th and 10th round, probably stoppage. Yeah. All right, and then we have a cruiserweight fight. Lawrence Okolie versus Chris Billam-Smith. Yes, well, this is his so far best opponent since Okolie became a champion. Actually, yeah, definitely. He's fought, nothing but journeyman. Really, I mean, ignore that record of their records may have looked good on paper, but they are just meaningless. Those guys never fought anybody before. Prashovich, Cheslak, and Light. So Chris Billam-Smith actually has been in there with a few solid fighters anyway. He has beaten Isaac Chamberlain and Tommy McCarthy twice. He's been in there against tough German Vasil Dukar, and his only loss came on a split decision to Richard Yakpor, who I think is probably right now, well, in UK, anyway, the best candidate to beat Lawrence Okolie. Yeah, and in Europe also. Yeah, I think Briedis is. I don't think he's kind of getting old now. But yeah, who knows? Anyway, this fight, I expect. Well, Chris Billam-Smith is the challenger, so he will have to, be very aggressive and look to, sway the judges by attacking more, and of course, he has to land more as well. Uh, Coley is a really kind of unusual type fighter because he's so tall for a cruiserweight. He has the power, of course, but doesn't always land cleanly. Enough clean punches, and yeah, he's so tall and awkward and all that. So I mean, but he has a good chin. He's actually never been down or anything, like that. I don't think I ever really seen him hurt yet either. But on the other side, they have never really fought a world class fighter. I mean, Glowacki was once that, but by the time they fought, he was no longer near his old self. Definitely, yeah. So yeah, Coley will just have to fight a lot more aggressive, a lot better than he fought in the last fight for sure against David Light, where he was just content to jab and grab and hold and impose himself physically on the guy, and yeah, or just jab him and from the distance. Yeah, I think that's he will have to just be more pick his shots better, and land more big ones. So because Will Smith, he's a hard working fighter. He's a strong guy. He's not much smaller or shorter anyway than Okolie. He's 6'3", a strong guy physically, obviously. Yeah, and this is his big chance. He's 32, so if he loses this fight, that may be it for him. He may not get another big one, and I mean soon enough anyway, before he's already like 35 or something, 34, 35. Yeah, so which may be too late, of course, by then. But yeah, I think this will be still a hard fight for him to win because Okolie, first of all, he cannot hope to knock out Okolie because he's not a big puncher. He's not a one punch guy, really. Even though he did actually, in his last fight, he did score a knockout, by with one punch, but that was against, you know, a nobody, really, a guy who never really beat anyone. I mean, yeah, who was stopped by Mateusz Master, like I see, who is past his prime also. So yeah, what I predict here is that probably Coley wins again, and most likely again on points. Because also Billam-Smith is a tough guy. He does come across as one who can take a good punch, and he went the distance against Ryakpour, and hasn't really been down many times. He was down against Ryakpour once, so that's pretty much it, I believe. Strong guy, as I said. But it will be, I hope, a better fight than the last couple of fights of Okolie. Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, Billam-Smith, I can see him giving a hard fight to Okolie, but winning, I don't know. I don't think so. Okolie will win, but most likely on points again. And finally, the last fight is a featherweight fight. We got MIchael Conlan fighting against Luis Alberto Lopez. That's right. He is the guy who, of course, beat Josh Warrington and took his featherweight. Which one was it? Just a second. Mm, the IBF, yeah. The IBF title, yeah. So Luis Alberto Lopez is a Mexican fighter who is not really a puncher or big puncher, but he wins by outworking. That's how he won against Warrington. He throws a lot of punches. He is not a very tall, well, featherweight. He's more like a super bantamweight side or something. But anyway, 5'4" bantamweight or super bantamweight. While Michael Conlan is listed at 5'8" actually here, but I thought that he looked a little shorter than Leigh Wood, who is also listed at 5'8". So unless Leigh Wood is taller, I don't think that Conlan is 5'8". He's more like 5'6" or something. Yeah, so anyway, he is taller than Lopez. Conlan, since he lost rather unfortunately to Leigh Wood in 2022, he has beaten Miguel Mariaga and Karim Gerfi. That was in one round actually. So yeah, we know he has power. He does punch hard, and he's very accurate puncher. With the way he lands punches. But he usually doesn't throw many punches at a time. He usually throws one or two. But he lands cleanly. So that was the problem. He wasn't able to get Wood out, to put him away with those punches because he would have to land more, at the time. So his Wood was just too tough. And same goes for Luis Alberto Lopez. I don't think he will be stopped by Conlan. But this fight is in Belfast, which is where Conlan comes from, of course. So it will be a hard fight to win for Lopez, definitely. I thought, his win over Warrington was, you know, I mean, it was a legit win, but I didn't really have him winning by really clearly, by 3 or 4 rounds or something. I don't think I had him up by more than a round or two. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. So he's hardly, really, I just have to put it, a marquee name, a marquee fighter. But if he beats Conlan, yeah, he will be on his way there, definitely. So this will be a really a true war, no doubt about it. So if anybody can win by a stoppage here, then it's definitely Conlan. Yeah, but I don't know if he will be able to pull it off against such a tough guy who throws a lot of punches. But we'll see, maybe. Anyway, I would rather go for Conlan on points here. I think Lopez will lose his title here, most likely. So that was it for this time. See you all. Bye.